Hey folks, getting ready to go. Processes are getting all chewed up here, but whatever, it's cool. Want to chat in this channel, log in to be part of the conversation. Oh, I've got my Firefox browser over here to watch the stream, just make sure the stream's going. We'll see. Whoa, there's an ad. Oh, crazy. I'm on my own channel, getting an ad for my channel, or on my channel, whatever. Get your tickets today. Oh, there you go. I guess we'll watch the ad. Okay, it's working. Live stream's going. Cool. So I got to figure out how to do something as like a pre-roll, basically, or something to put in front of the stream. First, got to get the audio off. There we go. Put something up in front of the stream. Good, music's still going. So I've got something where, whatever, it's got some capability of doing pre-roll, so that I don't have to start right at 7:30 or 6:30, whatever. I can have something going, so in case people get here a little before the I start, that they can get going. Let me throw this over here. I should actually look and see what all is going on here. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oops. Oh yeah, that'll make sense in a minute. So one thing so I'll start in just a couple minutes for real. But yeah, so the other thing is like I'll have to figure out one where I'm looking. Hey, it's there. Two, I need to set up a way to kill that. Don't save. I just need to. Oh, I should see what apps are open. Oh, I know what I need. I need a screen set up so that I can block stuff off. That shall be fine. I think that's all fine. Whatever, it'll be cool. I'll just watch out for it. Anyways, yeah, I should have a screen. So what I want set up is a way to put down a screen or basically do something before people get here, maybe with a countdown timer when I'm start. But what I'm thinking is like pushing up the photos, pushing up the videos to like YouTube, posting them afterwards. How to cut that out, and I guess I'm just gonna have to cut it out. Like there's probably an automated way to do it or whatever. I'm sure you could actually automate that somehow. Yeah, actually it would be probably not that bad to cut out. That would be something to try and build is something where you just put up a flag saying, process hasn't started yet or whatever, or a countdown timer, and then some image recognition could see that and clip it out when it did the video. So okay, cool. Real quick, we'll get started here. Do a couple things. So one thing that's bugging me, I've got my iPhone over here. Let's see if it's actually still recording. It is still recording. Hooray! So it's recording. I had one of the things that I discovered was image files, and I think I may have talked about this in the last stream, but I'm not sure. But video files that go over a certain size don't process with the EXIF tool properly. So let me give 1 second over here so I can pull this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I should be better set up for this, but I'm not. This is something I will learn more. Man, the computer gets slow when there's a whatchamacallit going. So, see, and I can't. So one of my problems right now is, so images, when videos get above a certain size, the regular version of EXIF tool doesn't pull the metadata properly, so it doesn't get the date properly. I did some research, and we'll go through this research. We actually get to do this, but basically Oops, that's the wrong ones. I did some research. I mean, just some quick Googling. I Googled the error message. The error message was into process at large atom, large file support not enabled. And when you click on that, you basically get to this one. I think I've already talked about this, but just to redo it. So if you run EXIF tool with this command, it actually gives you the metadata for large files. I showed that on the last video. One of the reasons I'm not showing it right now again is because in the metadata, it actually showed GPS coordinates for where I recorded the video. And I don't want those GPS coordinates shown because it might be, for example, where I work. That's not stuff that I want to throw. So now what I'm gonna have to do now is if I want to post that video, I'm gonna have to go through and scrub those. Like it went out live, it's probably there now, whatever. I'm actually not super worried about that. But I guess I could actually kill that. Anyways, in order to get a sample file, I'm actually having to recreate a video. Unfortunately, it looks like I tried to turn off location services on the iPhone, and when I turned off like location services all the way, so it was off for the camera, so they shouldn't have been there to begin with. I turned off location services all the way, and after that, the videos kept dying after about 7 minutes. So I think there's something that's actually pinging the location services, not finding it and killing the video, because I did that about 4 times. I've turned location services back on, and now it's been running for 31 minutes, and it's been fine. So I think there's definitely something wonky going on there with location services. So not going to work on that tonight just because I can't get a file up without flashing GPS coordinates, and I don't want to do that. So the next thing we'll try and do, but that's okay, because one of the things I want to do is, last time what I figured out was the test suite that I had running was copying over a test file from one location to another file, and as part of that process, it was updating the timestamp, which of course is how the file system works. Cool, makes sense. But I was trying to run a test based off the timestamp because that was the only piece of metadata I could get for the file. So I kept pointing it to the date and time of the source test file, which is, I'll show you now. Hang on 1 second. So this is our directory. Import photos, T, it's under T for test. Sample data input, R, because I've just been going down through whatever. Input, so this was the file. And it would have whatever date timestamp on it. But when you run, actually let's show this. When you run the test suite, where my desktop, import photos. Next we're going to pull up Sublime Text. We're going to pull up Sublime Text with this as our editor, or with this directory. There we go. Because we're going to pull up the last test file. And we're going to turn off cleanup for a second so we can actually see where the files go. So go back to terminal, prove, which is Perl's test thing, test 029. We're going to run that test. And no, for those just joining us, I don't still code in Perl. This was from years ago. Huge fan of Perl in terms of that's where I got started. So great. I just don't use it anymore. And also when I look at it now, it's like, okay, this test was successful. Hooray, that's what we fixed last time. But now what we'll see is this data input directory. This is where, so the way I built this test suite is, you run a config file, and then the config file pulls files from any of these directories based off how you call it. So we can actually show that. So when I'm running this particular test suite, I think somewhere in here. Yeah, so it loads samples from directory R. So that's this R directory, input, there's this. Now what we see, I'm gonna do this, just so we can see what's going on. Input fix, import photos, T. And then the first thing it does, when it just copies those files out into this data input directory. So now you'll see data input directory, input root A, and the same file name. now I have actually written this piece of code right here that updates the timestamp of the file to be the same. Basically, I just picked for that time. Now, if I run this test suite with a different test, proof T, I'm just going to pick 126 MP4 from Canon. Okay, let's see what this does. This should pass because last time we tested this, all of our test suite passed. Oh, I should have run proof. Actually, I'm going to run proof. What if I run proof twice? Man, machine is super slow when it's doing the broadcast and it's running a test. Like everything's, I'm just chewing. See if anything else is going. I don't have Outlook open, do I? No, Outlook also chews my computer. Yeah, look at that. All right, CD, desktop, import photos. Import photos. All right, I'm just gonna run proof here and let it run because that way we can verify the full test suite goes, but we can play around over here while it's happening. So all tests successful in the other directory. So now we go back to Finder, and here, oh, I didn't do it. What was tests? What tests did we just do? So I need to do two things. One thing is in 29, I need to turn cleanup back on. Cleanup's back on, and we did 26 apparently. So 26, we need to turn cleanup off. Oh, also we see that this pulls it from directory O. Use that in just a second. Wow, the machine is slow. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, there's my rsync strip. What is... Wow. I've angered the machine. Oh, I know what's happening. This proof thing is also burning some CPU. So ST, okay, so now we go back to Finder. I'm just gonna do it this way. So this pulls from directory O, input root S120. So here's the timestamp of 6/19/19. Wow, really? Oh, that must have been when I cloned down the repo. These are probably all going to be about that same time. June 19th, 19. Yep. This goes down to different directories. Yeah, so that's 6/19/19 is when I pulled down the Git repository. What that is? No idea. Oh, it might have been a mic. So anyways, we're in directory O. 6/19/19 is a photo of my fan, which is awesome. Oh, I can't run these both at the same time because there's the data input and it's going to get eaten because proof's running. Okay, can't do that. So this one has to go. Sorry. That's the problem with the test suite where they're not, everything's going to the same directory. You can't run it in parallel, so that's a tight coupling there that ain't ideal. Because what would be great is if you could run the tests in parallel. And they should be all independent of each other. All right, well that's running. We're gonna check and see. Sure enough, camera's still working. And man, I really think that's the trick with what's going on there is the location services. Hello. That was weird. Lost the top. So S120. So now we'll see 6/19/19. And what is going on? That should not have been the case. That doesn't make any sense. Well, now I'm super confused. Oh. No, that's right. That's right. That's okay. Um, that makes sense because I'm actually now, I forgot about this. I'm now rsyncing the times over, or the oh, okay, that works good. That actually fixes what I was gonna do tonight. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Uh, the what I ended up doing last time is, let's see if I can get back to this. I've got a helper set up here that's what I use. So when this gets called load data samplers, samples, it calls a helper from this test helper, which is going to be load data samples. In the past, this was a copy, just a straight copy. And then what I did last time to fix this is I moved over to an rsync. Rsync still works, other than the fact or that works fine for the file test for looking at the file names, other than the fact that when you repull the repository, the file stamp changes again, the timestamp changes again. So in this test, which is the test that doesn't have any metadata inside the file and has to rely on the file system metadata of when the file was modified, I force set it to a specific date time to make it, or to a specific second, because that's how you set it, to make it go. So what I was actually going to do tonight, because I was actually a little bit worried about the fact that some of these other processes might accidentally miss the metadata and use the file's timestamp. But I don't have to worry too much about that, because the file if that happened, the file timestamp would already be out of date. Because the file timestamp that gets pulled, when it's pulled out of the Git repository, is going to be whatever time it gets pulled out of the repository. Hope that made sense. So when I cloned the repo last time, it was June 19th, 2019. So for some reason, this file didn't have the internal metadata to get the 2012 timestamp, and got the June 19th, 2019 timestamp. These tests would fail. So I was going to give some backup there, but the backup kind of already exists just because of that file timestamp being changed. And it should only ever go forward in the future, so that should actually be okay. Okay, so now I don't know what I'm going to do, because that actually solves the thing I wanted to try. And I don't know. Okay, this has been running for 43 minutes. I don't know if that's going to be long enough. Oh, the GPS coordinates are still going to be there. I don't know what to do. All right, let's just stop that and see if I've got a chord. I guess I could put no. See, I don't know. Yeah, that was going to be the thing I was going to do, but now I can't do the other thing that I wanted to do, which was... Oh, I know what we can do. We can start one of the main things that I'm going to work on, which is the Hub initiative. So one of the things that I'm looking to do is to create a new... Whoops. All right, I really should clean up before I go through here. See, that's what I need. I need a pause screen. Actually, can I do this? 3 and 2. Oh, I got an idea. Hang on a second. I'm going to show you this. So this is OBS. Here's where I'm casting right now, and I love the actually, what happens if I do this? Does it go that way? Oh, it goes that way. That's all tribute. There's a lizard, by the way, on my screen out there. It's totally freaking me out. So now what we're going to do, oops, cancel, is this is OBS. This is the software that we're using to do this casting with. Where is text? Create new text field 2, sure. Be right back. Fixing something. So we do this, we do this. And so what I can do, whoa, there we go. And the question is, oh, is that... Hang on, I actually don't know. Oh, cool. So it's actually showing it. Oh, got banned nuts. All right, just got a message. How do I start getting into programming? Ooh. That's an excellent question. You know what I might try is Khan Academy, which I spelled completely. Actually, didn't type at all. Hang on, let me do this. This is just off the first thing I can think of. Let's give Khan Academy a shot. I've heard good things about them. It's been a while since I've done basics, but I've heard lots of good stuff about Khan Academy in general, possibly about programming. And I might try a very slow connection. I would actually not try that. I would try a fast connection. There we go. Search. Wow, computer slow. Yeah, so I definitely have to get a stream PC. I would search for Python on there. In fact, that's what I'm trying to do. Good Lord. Khan Academy, your website's also eating my computer too, I think. You would think I would have a decent PC. Let's try that. Let's see what Python gets us. So I would try this. That is not me. Okay, I can't type in the chat window because I'm not on right now. So yeah, I would definitely try Python. That's a good language to give a shot to. It's clear to understand, and it's C's powerful, but I think it's going to take you. C, I think, has a higher learning curve. I've only touched C like twice, and I did what was called C++. It was definitely more intense than Python. Python's got a shallower learning curve to get started. Python's what I do most of the time now. I've done Perl, I've done Ruby, HTML, JavaScript, Python, and depending on what you want to do, those are probably going to be good. If you're getting into like much more lower level programming, then C is probably the way to go. But if you're just getting started without knowing anything about what you're doing, I would just say I'd just try Python and give that a shot, because that also lets you know whether or not you like it. You'll know pretty quickly if you're into it, and also that the course or whatever is doing good or makes sense for you. All right, let me fix something over here because I just need to make sure I've got nothing that shouldn't be showing. Let's close all this stuff. Close all this stuff. For those of you who can hear me talking, don't save. You definitely are not allowed to see all my animated GIFs because that's secret for when I'm using them. They should all be a surprise. That. Next time I'll do more cleanup. I have too much stuff open. That's fine. It's fine. fine. I'm not good at this stuff yet. Need practice. I'll be practicing. That's what it's all about. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to GitHub. So I've been working on an idea for years, and like lots of other people have, to create a new social network, right? Maybe I'll actually clone this down. This is gonna be tricky because I'm gonna be trying to talk through some stuff while I'm doing this. Whoops, I should go ahead and switch this back so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. I've said this many a time, but I need a stream PC. I will be working on that very soon. Yeah, so... Oh, is that... Alright, so what I'm going to do... I'm calling mine the Hub Initiative, which originally was going to be the Mobile Device Internet, but now it's going to be called the Hub Initiative. The basic idea is a distributed or decentralized peer-to-peer social network writing on JSON APIs, and a backend that's built with a reference backend that's built on Amazon Web Services, so that you can launch it free for basically a year and then probably very little money after that. Almost free, but there's like some of the Amazon Web Services features that it would need are free forever as long as you don't go over a certain bandwidth. Some of them you do have to pay for, but it's probably like pennies depending on how much traffic you get. But the idea here is the Hubinit. So we are going to clone down and get started on this. That's cool. I totally could have done that another way. So git clone Hubinit. And so what you'll actually see is this other directory on my desktop, the Hub Initiative, is some other stuff that I've recorded for it that will eventually go into it. That's part of it. But so we go into the Hubinit directory, and the first thing I'm actually going to do is, git checkout branch for just a working branch. And then the first thing I'm going to do is from VS Code. Where'd that go? I don't remember typing that in, but whatever. So this one's not going to be as much coding for at least a little while. This is going to be me doing something that Amazon actually does. That's push up press releases. If one of us, base, the mostly Java University, so I'm going to release basically that before I start. If they mostly do Java, I would actually start with Java then. Like if you know where you're going to end up, and I've only done a little bit of Java, but if between Java and C, I would just do C. Like that'll go ahead and spin you up for the stuff that you're going to be trying to do. So go with that. Got band nuts. Let's see, press release. So one of the things that Amazon does with their products is before they do a product, they write a press release. That is an aspirational press release that they would release when the product first gets launched. The idea is that kind of keeps them on target for what they're working on, what they're thinking about doing. So I'm going to write a press release, which means I'm probably going to be kind of quiet during part of this. Or maybe I won't. We'll see how this goes. And I don't really know how to start the press release, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this to Sublime Text so I can at least see some chance of seeing things, spelling mistakes. Wrap? I can't remember. Is that wrap? Nope. Save. Don't save. That was wrong. Ah! I think I just nuked my save. Yep. Nope. There you go. Control. There you go. Hub group. Hub initiative. Open source. Peer-to-peer? How do you spell peer-to-peer? Is that right? I'm used to, wow. I'm so used to the computer going faster that I keep getting ahead of it now that it's slugging down with, okay. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ben. Got Ben Nuts. See you around. Hope you come back. Say hi. Peer-to-peer. Yeah, whatever. Oh, peer-to-peer. Ah, whatever. I'm spelling it wrong, I'm sure. But right now it's so slow, I'm just going to let it be there. Peer. For encrypted. Decentralized encrypted peer-to-peer communications. I gotta get another machine. This is all over the place. text field of up to 144 characters because we like 12 times 12. I guess I could talk more while I'm trying to do this. It, not will, it also, so we're doing this in the present tense, as if this is the thing it got launched. Metadata, fields for tags, and links. Oh, tags are an array of tags. Unbounded array. Tags that can be include spaces or any other character. See, this is fun because this has actually helped me. I've done some work on this before with some of the design notes in here. Yeah, this one's not going to be coding really at all, folks. This is just going to be me kind of typing up a this initial press release document. I wonder if I could actually put a thing up here. So let's do this. Coding today. So let's do this. Oh, is that actually going? That'll be interesting. Yeah, cool. It's actually up there live. That's neat. Ooh, cancel. I don't know where to put that to make it the most obvious. Can I hide that? There we go. This is awful stream. This is awful stream. All right, there we go. Whatever. So we're just gonna keep working on this. So the goal of the press release is to try and make it not too technical, but to throw stuff into the fact that could be like one level up technical. To the nonprofit hub group version of, because it's not necessarily their platform. An open source, nobody cares, it's JSON that is reading the press release. Specification, how do you spell that? Oh, I need OBS and this to go hide. For new, decentralized. Peer-to-peer social network. source API specification. So this is one of those, in addition to, like, there's passive language and stronger language, and this is kind of the way that I write, even though there's supposed to be stronger ways to do this. A set of there you go. They're just in the API specification on the release. There we go. So now we can do this, which is going to be the release also includes, which is stronger language. Not strong like hey or like adult language, but like beep. That was a beep sound. Today, the nonprofit Hub Group released the first version of the Hub initiative, an open source API specification for a new decentralized. I actually don't know if there's supposed to be a comma there. It's probably not. A new decentralized encrypted peer-to-peer social network. I think those are the keys. Release also includes this is weird. I would be writing this better if there weren't people watching me, even though there might not be anybody watching me, but that's okay. Like I'd be writing this better if there wasn't a camera on. It's getting me out of my headspace, but that's all right. So I don't know if that gets you into trouble. First person of Hub initiative. This first version of the Hub initiative, an open source API specific. Let's just call this open source specification because it's more than the API. There's some encryption in there. For a decentralized encrypted peer-to-peer system network, combination will grow to include multiple format specifications. This release. Is of the first one. The first one. This is weird. Like, part of me is like, oh, you're putting a lot of effort into this, but like that's part of the key, right? That's getting it right. I was just like, oh, is this? Am I putting too much time into this? But no, is the answer. Two key functions builds, primary privacy is safeguarded. So go back and read from the top again. web pages. Backend server. It is a web server, but it is called a server. I don't actually know if this has to be hyphenated or whatever. Is, not will be. Okay, that's enough for now. Actually, I put this in my GitHub thing. GitHub Desktop. Wow, slow. Do I move it? Weird. All right, that was not a lot of talking there. Sorry, I was getting into the actual writing of that. Whatever. That's how I want to do this stuff, because I really like the idea from Amazon's perspective of doing those press releases and then using that to guide where you're headed. So I'll do that more. There you go. And then we'll work from there. So debating about whether or not I want to start. I think I'm done for now. Yeah, I'm done for now. So we'll work on this later. I do kind of want to code on it, but I kind of want to go chill out for a little while first. So I'm going to do that. Unlikely that I'll be back on tonight. Y'all have a good one. We'll do this again soon. There won't be as much press releasey type stuff, but this is, for me, this is part of the development process. Is this something I'm including into my development process now? Is instead of doing user stories or that kind of special. So with stuff like my photo import script, I just kind of know what I want. Like there's not like I am the client and I can answer and ask the questions as I want. So I just kind of get started on something and move forward and keep going. With this one though, it's going to be a little more public, and also like making this idea of the press release. And so I'm going to start doing this even for my own personal projects, is to write the press release of what the thing would be like. And of course, practicing on my little small projects would make it easy, or is going to give me practice for doing it on bigger projects at work or wherever. So anyways, we've officially started the Hub Initiative. And yes, it is based off the name of the Avenger Initiative, 100%. So we'll see how it goes. That's it for now. See y'all. I got to figure out a better way to get out of here, because I got to switch over to OBS and then hit stop streaming. So be nice to each other. See ya. Bye.